Hey everyone, this is Zach, and I'm going to show you how we built this interactive web app in under 10 minutes with Agentic AI. So I'm a dad, I have two young kids, and right now my kids' favorite things are telling jokes and having me ask them trivia questions. And so I had this idea that to make parenting a little bit easier and maybe more fun, why don't I ask AI to create an app for me so I don't have to think through all these questions and jokes with my own lack of creativity. So what I did here is I kind of used the cat in the hat theme. It's called Dad's Box of Tricks. Say click here for the fun to begin. So let's click, and then I can choose the age based on which child I'm talking to. And so let's just say age 5. And then you can see here, I have kind of like 4 mini games pop up. Let's maybe say riddle me this. We'll do, I have a face and hands, but no body. What am I? That sounds like a clock to me. So I could ask multiple choice questions to my daughter. She can tell me her answer. We can click it, see if she's right. Go on to another game. Maybe we want to ask a joke. So why did the math book look so sad? Had too many problems. All right. My daughter probably would think that's funny. So solid work, AI. You can see here I added a hologram on the side as well. So kind of have some real-time commentary, which is kind of a complex thing. If you think about it, it has to sync to all the answers of the questions, but Agentic AI was able to create that in no time at all. So let's go behind the scenes to show you how we built it. You can see here that I'm using Goose. I will link to a lot of other content where I've talked about how Goose is my favorite Agentic AI agent, but similar to Cursor or other tools where you can have AI execute tasks for you. So I didn't give it any technical detail at all, simply gave it my vision of what I wanted it to build. And you can see that it gets to work right away. I'm starting to build out the files that it needs. Let me just open that so we can see that on the screen as well. This is actually my IDE in Cursor, which this is completely optional. If you're non-technical, you don't need to even look at this underlying code at all. But this is where AI just started to write all this code itself. And you can see that, in just a few minutes, it built the overall structure of the app. Kind of summarizes what it did, add the 4 mini games, gave it some emojis, put age appropriate content in, and then opened up the app for me. And pretty impressive first attempt. I had the follow-up idea of wanting to iterate it on a bit by adding that hologram on the side to kind of add some commentary. Yeah, kind of just left it at that and said, this is good enough for my use case. Definitely could continue iterating. I was able to do that, came back and updated. I love how optimistic and enthusiastic Codename Goose is at telling us what it did, reporting back. And then again, I'll link to the demo where I show that this was actually done in under 10 minutes, going from absolutely zero to a full web app that I can use with my kids. But after that demo, I came back and just wanted to ask it just to build it out a little bit more. So I said, can you add a bit more questions? It started out with just, I think 1 question per category. So I said, target at least 10 questions per age. And it did that. It added a bunch more questions, as you can see here on the side, and then reported back and kind of told me what it did. And then finally, to close this recap out, it's great that we can have AI just, take a vision that we have, take an idea and build something out of it, bring it into reality. But one of my favorite things of working with AI is then to kind of, use this opportunity to learn how it did it. So, 2 examples here. The first is assuming that you have no technical experience. You can kind of start to learn like what's going on behind the scenes. And then also wanted to see, if you're an advanced software engineer who wants to understand the nuance, AI can come back and give you a great kind of summary for both role types. So I really like the non-technical experience, even for as someone who's fairly technical myself. This breaks it down quite well and says, what I did here is the foundation. It really just used 3 simple files, as you can see, an HTML file, which is the foundation, the decoration, which is the CSS file, and then the JavaScript, which is the brain, and that's where all the questions and the code is stored. Um, and you can see again, if you are a technical engineer, this is still a huge head start and saves so much time that this was done in under 10 minutes. And who knows how long this would take someone to code manually before the age of AI. But you can kind of understand the technical decisions it made and then come in and modify those as needed if you want any feature enhancements. So, yep, that's it. Thanks for watching.